Lion and the Lamb you might know, then we're going to hear a great message, and then we're going to sing one more song that you probably don't know, but hopefully will be helpful for you today. So let's do this. Let's sing together. He's coming on the clouds. Kings and kingdoms will bow down, and every chain will break as broken hearts declare His praise. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Let me hear you. And our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power. They're fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before Him. Yeah. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb, and every knee will bow before Him. Let's sing it. So open up the gates, make way before the King of Kings. The God who comes to save is here to set the captives free. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? And our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before Him. Yes. And our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb, and every knee will bow before Him. Sing it with me. Who can stop? For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? No one. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? No. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? There's no one. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? And who can stop the Lord? And our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles, and every knee will bow before Him. Oh, and our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb, and every knee will bow before Him. Oh, no one can stop the Lord now. For who can stop the Lord Almighty?
I love getting to sing with Elijah because he was actually best man at my wedding. We have been close for many, many years now, and we spent much of that time together, particularly in our high school and college days, playing video games. I'm not sure how many of you guys are avid gamers, but if you are, or if you've ever tried to use a computer program of any sort, then you know that it normally comes with a tutorial. I've been offered a lot of tutorials throughout my years of gaming, and I've participated in them only if there was no skip the tutorial option. But maybe you don't do much with technology, so how about when you ordered that 600-piece dresser It gets shipped to you and it says, "Some assembly required." When you open the box, it explodes like one of those fake snake in a can things, and there are items all over the floor. Amidst the wreckage, you see a bright white booklet that says instructions. So you take a quick look, maybe flip to the middle where you find the sections that are written in French. So you throw it over your shoulder and you just get to work. An hour later, you've built some sort of abstract sculpture that should probably be in the Louvre. However, it's definitely not a dresser. So you think to yourself in frustration, how is anyone supposed to be able to put this thing together? And in that moment, you hear a crinkle under your foot, and there, shining like the Holy Grail, is that darn instruction booklet. 5 hours later, some duct tape, some super glue, we have a dresser. And I often find that this kind of stuff happens when I'm trying to follow Jesus, because I tell him all the time, "God, all I want to do is whatever you're calling me to. Just tell me your plan and I'll execute it. My next step is to put my head down and plow forward, and I'm knocking down goal after goal, achieving what I set out to do." But when I stop and look around, I feel like something's missing. There's not quite as much fulfillment in my success. So when I sat down and read Joshua 6 this time, a story that many of us know, I found what Joshua said. Joshua commanded, "Not a single word from any of you until I tell you to shout. Then shout." At this point in the story of the Israelites, one of the main things that makes it so incredible is how dependent on God they've had to be to make it to where they were. If they just put their heads down and plowed forward without checking in to make sure they were on the right path, to put it kind of bluntly, they would all be dead. So what we just read was out of verse 10, and here we find the Israelites. They're led by Joshua, about to take down the city of Jericho. They will eventually do it without a single loss or even having to draw a weapon. But this is only because they follow exactly where God is leading them, even when it comes to not saying a single word out of place. So luckily for the people under his command, Joshua demonstrates that he understands how important it is that they follow God. And most of us aren't in a place where we're trying to take down Jericho or die, but we are seeking God. We're seeking fulfillment in a way that only he can offer. However, we find ourselves caught in a hybrid game where we're following Jesus when it makes sense or is convenient or obvious, but we still keep a little bit for ourselves. We keep a little bit of that control so we can stay just enough in our comfort zone. This kind of thing isn't always done maliciously, but it's really important for us to pause and take stock of exactly how much attention we're paying to what we think is right versus what God has to say about it. I've spent over half of my life in our church, and I've had a ton of great influences in that time, like I said, including Elijah. So one day we were having a conversation, and I think it's important for you guys to hear. Somebody was asked to write down how they prioritize their life. So on a piece of paper, they wrote 1, God, 2, marriage, 3, family, 4, career. Most of us would hear that and say, excellent. And I would say that that's not incorrect. But that person was then told to think of the paper itself as being watermarked with God, and everything else is written on it. In that way, God permeates everything that we do and everything that we are. So if you're in a place where you're looking for the next right step, or you've been in the valley and you've pulled up to the mountaintop and you're celebrating, but you just feel like something's missing, I encourage you to pray, be patient, lean on God for discernment, and when he calls you somewhere, follow him closely. It may not always be easy every step of the way, but you will never make a better decision in your life.
Here we go again, my mind racing, and I can't seem to end all these crazy thoughts and feelings. It's like it never ends until your voice breaks through my noise, and I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And you fight my battles. If I would just be still. And why would I keep running when you're right here? And I'll just be quiet. Oh, and let you speak through the silence. And here I am, no more hiding. 'Cause you are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll just be quiet. And I don't need to know what comes next. Tomorrow's in your hands, and I can trust you with my future. 'Cause you're already there. I hear your voice call me forward. And I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Away with the distractions. I wanna hear what's true. The only words that matter, they come from you. And I'll just be quiet. Oh, and let you speak through the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. 'Cause you are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll just be quiet. I'll just be still in your presence. 'Cause I wanna hear you, and I don't wanna hear anyone else, God, but you. Quiet, 'cause God, you're here in the silence. Here I am, no more hiding. 'Cause you are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll just be quiet, and I'll just be quiet. Oh, 'cause God, you're here in the silence. And here I am, no more hiding. 'Cause you are in this moment, I won't fight it. I'll just be quiet. Let's take a moment, as Tanner told us, to just listen for God to speak. Be quiet and wait for His voice to call us. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of daily worship today. Hope that you will come tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll see you then.